Hola. How are you? How you doing? What you up to? All those things. How you doing, everybody? So what we're going to do tonight is some readings. Hi, Teresa. How are you? I have been MIA online. Absolutely MIA. Oh, 100% gone. Poof. Like fart in the wind. Gone. But I'm here. I am here. Heather. Hi. Just got finished watching live. So, not been online, right? I've not been online. So, it's been, gosh, close to 2 weeks now. That's weird. It's just weird. Hi, Glinda. So I just figured I'd pop on this evening and say hi to peeps and move forward from there because that seemed like an important thing to do. But StreamYard did some funky thing. I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it has taken our groups down. So it didn't share out to groups. So like psychic development, psychics and star seeds, it didn't go out to there. It didn't go out to the private. So it didn't go out to a bunch of different places. I'm not quite sure why it just removed our stuff. So yeah, here we are. Here we are. Miss you too, Heather. I have been in the shop here and there. Matter of fact, we went, I wore poor Sam out yesterday. He has to have a procedure on the 7th and they can't get him until then. And so he's running around with this little kidney stone. Oh, I can tag them in the comments. Does that send it to it? I don't know. I'm not this techie. I don't know. I don't know if that'll do it. I've got a cap lock on. I don't know if that does it or not. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, something screwy is going on with StreamYard. They cut a lot of our stuff out, like our group. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But that's okay. So what we're going to do, you guys, is I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope you had a great weekend. It is warm, warm, warm on the 7th. Oh, that's your birthday. Here in Northwest Ohio, kind of sticky and muggy, and nobody wants to turn on their air conditioning. At least I don't want to turn it on because then that kills the breeze, right? But so anyway, so Sam's on his way back to work today. We have received so many messages asking how Mr. Fry is, and he is fine. It's just the thing. It's a body blooper. Hi, Beth. How are you? Hi, KJ. So he is on his way back to work at the moment, and we'll be back probably Thursday night. And he can get what he gets to call rest. I have to say, and I will admit this, being married to me is difficult. I know this. You got to give that man kudos. Being married to me is difficult. And I can't even stand my own brain. I do not know how he does it. I have no idea how he does it because he just looks at me and he's very patient and he's like, yep. She's on a new tangent. It's fantastic. And with us doing these big expos coming up next month, or in not May, but in June, I've got lots of stuff. It just is. It can irritate me easily because people don't move as fast as my brain moves. And that includes me nowadays. So I get a little frustrated. Hi, everybody. So StreamYard's doing something funky and not sharing to all the groups, our normal groups. So I don't know why, you guys, but here we are. But anyway, so Sam is on his way back to work, and it doesn't mean he doesn't have a couple more things. Maybe he's going to have to take some days off here and there to get this other thing taken care of. But he is okay. And I know I kind of freak people out. They're like, "Oh my God, is Sam all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, Sam's fine. He just he hurt a lot, and there was a lot of doctor's appointments and emergency room, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, right? And then hospital stay. It was no fun. Anyhow, for him more than me, but for him more than me. Okay, so how's everybody this evening? Did you guys have a good weekend? Give me a thumbs up or a woohoo for a good weekend. How is everybody? I know class was canceled tonight. I appreciate everybody's patience. If I haven't gotten back to you, if you've messaged me, I'm sorry. I have just not covered all of my bases yet. I'm working on it. Almost dropped it. So anyways, let's move forward. We're still on the top side. Any day above ground is a good day. Weather was gorgeous. It was beautiful today, wasn't it, Beth? We stepped outside and it's like, ooh, it's almost like body temperature out here. It's nice. It's so nice. Yeah, any day above ground, it's a good day. All right. I don't know if people popped into the class at 8:00 tonight, but class had been canceled. And I know that sometimes people open the room anyways, and they go and enjoy the community there. So there we go. But this one's for Heather. Heather. Sometimes when it feels as if it's difficult to keep trudging forward, you're going to keep going anyways. Sometimes, even if you feel like it's, you repotted a lot of plants. I should bring you some of mine over. It sometimes it feels as if we want to take a step, slower step a little bit, or not push as hard. I just don't see you doing that. If they're talking about feeling like, oh my God, I could falter, but you're not going to. You're learning a lot of new things about yourself. I've never seen this card before. You're never learning. You're always learning something new. Don't worry about what you have going on around you. Hi, Hazel. Welcome. You're always full of bringing things forward, right? You're always doing things that and don't piss you off. Absolutely. But here's the problem. I know you. And I don't usually read for people I know pretty well. You guys just hi, Nia. Because I feel like I'm cheating. I don't want to feel like I'm cheating. So I already know these things. You're in the UK. Welcome. It's late there. I already know these things about Heather. And Heather is a person that's going to persevere. Come hell or high water. And you're from Mississippi. Love it. The new things. We need to talk. Yes, we do, Heather. We need to talk. Absolutely. All about it. I'm coming into Toledo tomorrow for a massage. Need one. Okay. Can't sleep. I understand that. Moving on. Hey, Shannon, I like the way you spell your name. It's very different. Okay. If we could get a share. Hi, Florence. How are you? If we could all share to a group that's relevant, not that is anonymous, please. And yeah. My brain went blank. So yesterday we went to a rock sale and we picked up a lot. Well, not a lot, but we picked up chrysocolla and malachite polished specimens. Oh my, they're beautiful. And then we also loaded up on sterling silver rings that are very nice. So if you are local to Defiance, you may want to pop in and catch some of those deals before they go public. I haven't really posted too much about them yet. So there we go. All right. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let's see who is here. Even if you're lurking in the background, just watching, give us a shout out so we know, because that is how our guides, my guides at least, pick who they're going to work with. Yes, the toe ring. Sam's like, nobody's going to buy toe rings. And I'm like, you wait. This is for Teresa. Teresa, I want to say, don't hold things so tight. You need to relax yourself. You need to kind of go with the flow a little bit more. You need to be a little bit more relaxed because some of the opportunities in life are going to pass you by. You're not taking care of yourself as much as you could. Oh, that's such a beautiful card. Wow. You're not taking care of yourself nearly as much as you could be. So make sure, hi Meredith, that you are listening a little deeper to your guidance is basically what they're saying. They want you to listen to your guidance a little bit deeper. And this one is for Teresa. Because I feel like there's been so many times in the past where you have just gone against what you thought was going to be the correct way to do things. And because of your intuition, and you stayed the course of maybe practicality and found that it just didn't work for you. They're like, hey, pay attention to your intuition because it's really pushing hard right now. Really, really pushing hard right now. I'm just going to tell you one more. Ooh, not from this deck though. From this deck over here. Okay. Hi, everybody. If you are new, please make sure you like the page so you know when I get on live. Tonight I kind of got on live as a fly by the seat of my pants thing, just for the fun of it. And but if you click that, you'll know when we get on lives. And when I'm on a live, I'm doing free readings. 'Tis what I'm doing. It is my downtime, my relaxation time, and my fun time. Sam, yes, Sam's fine. He'll be okay. So what Sam had happened, you guys, he had an 8mm kidney stone. He still has an 8mm kidney stone. And they went and they put a stent in, and that bad mamma jamma ain't moving. And they said, it's not going to move. So they have to go in and they have to break it up. So he has to wait till the 7th to do that. So you can imagine that's a little bit. But anyways, it was just been a really up and down week. All right. Oh. Teresa, I get the Emperor. This is the father figure of the deck. This is the person, this is the male energy that says, let me help you. They're the person that really does all of those things that are supportive in the male role in life. So if you don't have this, no. Hold, please. Sam Hill. What's going on here? Okay. Are you still with me, Teresa? Hi, Anna. How are you? Hi, Bianca. Hi, Lillian. Sherry, Nia, Shirley, Kathy. Oh, a lot of people have popped on, and I missed it. Teresa, are you still here? Okay. So here's the thing. Here's this father figure, right? This is the man in life. This is the man. And then I also get these other cards behind it. So don't shoot the messenger. I get the sun reverse, which says sometimes we're just not as happy as we could be with whatever's going on with that person, right? And then we get the hermit, and it's like, well, now it's time to turn inward and see why you're not happy. What part of everything involved in that makes you go, that's just not. And then it says, hey, you're walking away from the things that could be prosperous sometimes. So maybe it's time to assess what's not making you happy, what's making you unhappy. What's making you unhappy, and then just try to, think about it and turn inward and be about how can you make it work for you. Everything happens for us, not to us, right? Absolutely. Yeah, go give her bone, go give her, go big or go home. He has called him Rocky. Yeah. Hey, Carrie. It's true. Not happy. No male figure. You'll try. Okay. Maybe that, because here's me. I'm like, I see this emperor. So maybe it's figuring out why we're not happy. And maybe it has to do with the male figure, trying to bring one in. I don't claim to know the answers. I just tell you what the spirit says, man. Okay. Moving on. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop in the room, please? Let's see who is here. Let's see. I haven't been on in like 2 weeks, guys. It's been crazy. Been crazy. Good night, bud. Hey, Gina. Sandy Sargent, how are you? Cece's on. Everybody give Cece a whoop whoop. Cece is our morning person at the shop. Sarah, welcome. I'm going with Shirley Shannon. Shirley, I want to talk about a pink dress. Not pink. It's not pink. It's like it's not a house coat. It's like a linen pink red. Comfort. There's this person's talking about comfort, and where's Buford? Oh, he's over here. You can hear him. Yeah. This person is talking about it. There's obviously a woman here. She has this wonderful, comfortable dress on. It's oh yeah. So Meredith's like, it only says 4 people, but I have 31. There's 31. It's 8 different fields coming into this. So yeah, there's quite a few. Shirley Shannon. So this is an older woman. I'm wondering if there's a picture of this person in this dress, because it has like little cap sleeves on it. No, not cap sleeve. They come down here and then they have hems in them. And it is a button-down dress. So it's an older dress. It's an older dress. This is obviously a woman. And in the background, I can hear, this is funny because I can hear sewing machine, which in no way was related to Shannon. But I can hear this. Oh, no, I'm sorry, wrong person. I hear a sewing machine in the background. And this person also shows me like hand embroidery, like that might have been a craft or something hanging on the wall. Can you take this person, Shirley Shannon? That's a weird message. Okay. Yes, you can. Yay! I love that. Okay, great. See, sometimes it surprises me. I think it should always surprise us. Angel's on here and I can't see her. I think we should always be surprised and wowed and just impressed with spirit. I really, really do. So that's really, really, really great. So we do this to find out what the message is that they want us to know. It isn't all about, hey, let's keep feeding information. So, that makes me feel good. I like when we can validate and move forward. Have you been smelling her recently, Shirley? Have you been smelling her? Or having reminders brought up about her recently? Just like dropped right there, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, that was a thing. You have, and it's comforting. I am just, my sole purpose here for you this evening in this is to let you know you're not batshit crazy. And and it is absolutely, she just wants you to know, man, you are doing wonderful. You are doing wonderful. Hey, Tammy Nelson, you've been on my mind the last couple of days. Shirley, she's like, yes, that's me. That is me. And I just love your progress. She says, I love your progress. She loves that you are open enough to be there to know it's her. That's fabulous. So that's my whole sole thing with that is to let you know that you're doing great. That you're doing great. Perfect. Okay, I know that's like not a whole lot of a message, but it can mean the world to somebody too. Absolutely. All right, moving on. You're very welcome, Shirley. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Hi, Tammy. Sam's okay. He's on his way back to work right now. He's working in Chicago, and he's on his way. He'll be getting there probably any minute. He has some more things to have done, but he needed a tune up. He still needs a tune up. Need to adjust his mouth is what we need to do. I'm so kidding. Anybody that knows us knows I'm totally kidding. So yeah, he's in Portage, Courtney. It's not Chicago as much as it is Portage right there in the line. We call it Chicago because it's, so close. Okay, moving on. Can we get a whoop whoop in the room? Let me get a whoop whoop in the room. We can adjust his mouth. He's so sassy. Jennifer Finley, I'm just going to give you a yes on that. I'm going to give you a yes on that. And I also want to say that I feel like you could go out of breath from running from that relationship and still be fine. I don't know why. Just knowing you that, telling you that's what I get. Let's see. Someday, my prince. Okay. Beyond Miriam. Sometimes you have to dig for a deck. Not that one. Should you stay single? Well, not forever. You'll know when the time's right. Let's hope this week is lighter, Shelly. I hear ya. I think I'm looking at some pictures. Yeah, he works in a refinery, Courtney. He's a refinery guy. Okay, this is for Cece. Because Cece booked an appointment with me one time. Yeah, I don't think you could have run away fast enough, Jennifer. That's just Okay. Here we go. Cece, are you still here? Huh. Interesting. You feel the lighter part. Laying there, resetting for tomorrow. You need to put this day to rest. I understand. Jennifer Finley. So there's no fee for readings when I'm doing free readings on here. I know there's a stars thing that pop up. I don't know how that happened, but that was set up a long time ago. But I do have, you can book readings at mymysticallife.com. I'm horrible at marketing. I'm a horrible marketer. But we also do have a membership. So you can go to mymysticallife.com. Oh, don't go to that one. Hold on. There, go to that one. Okay. You can go to mymysticallife.com. We do have a membership. We have a psychic development membership. And most of the people, there's a lot of people here on the feed that are part of the membership. So here's my plug. We have over 250 recorded psychic development classes and discussions, guided meditations, hypnosis sessions, healing sessions, chit chats. We do gatherings. This year's gathering is a cruise. We're going to the Mayan ruins down in Mexico. So, I mean, there's just a lot of different things that we do. We have a lot of fun together. And if you want cruise information, you guys, you can find the cruise information right there at mymysticallife.com. Heather says membership is wonderful, something for everyone. I have to agree with that. I think that there is something for everyone. There's everything from people working with herbs and talking about herbs and paganism to crystals and just tapping. And there's something for everybody in there. There's a whole month of extraterrestrials that we did. And there is I've been going through and trying to make sense of some things because we have, we're going out to actually promote the membership. We're starting to promote it at expos starting in just about a month. And so we have 7 big expos planned for this year, and just really kind of excited. But we're hoping to bring in some exponential growth, new people, new ideas, new community. And that's one thing I think is really important, is we don't put up with a lot of shit. Can I get an amen? It's important. It's important. We don't like drama. We don't like drama at all. So I think that's an important thing. Okay, Cece, she's like keeping Lisa. She knows, like, I'm like herding cats. Amen. Amen. Don't want, and we have moderators that are in there just waiting for drama to let me know, because I have no problem. I don't know. Life's too short. The expos that we have, we're going to be in Tinley Park. We're going to be in Tinley Park in Chicago the first weekend in June. The second weekend in June, we're going to be in Tampa, Florida. Lord, I don't know where I'm going. Somebody tell me where I'm going. And then it's mid-June. There's one in July in Texas I'd really like to do, but I'm not going to. Not going to do it. I say I'm not going to do it. And then we have one in, then we're done until September. We have Columbus the 7th and 8th, and then we're going to be at the great big one in Denver, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And then in October, we have Witches Brew, so I didn't schedule any. And then November, we have the first weekend is in Columbus. The second weekend is Tampa. The third weekend is Chicago. Yeah, Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne would be cool. Anyways, moving on. Yes, we do our very best to stay drama free. Okay, Cece. Cece, I want to talk about what I hear is hammering. Broadmoor Manor in Wisconsin does a good one, you guys. Look at that. Maybe if you have time, I'll write it down. So if I could find a freaking pencil. Oh God, I would have lost my phone forever. I hear hammering, Cece. Broadmoor. Oh, that is only a portion of my pencil. Okay. Where was that? Wisconsin. I don't mind Wisconsin. Okay, I got it down. And the feeling I get with this is, and I'm just going to tell you straight out, it's almost like nails in a coffin. I hear somebody nailing down nails in a coffin, and it's like, you're very cut and dry, black and white. There's not a whole lot of middle ground when it comes to who you associate with. And Heather Johnson's like, remember, Lisa, this is where we were. Squirrel, we're hammering. Squirrel. Thank you, Heather. And that's not to say you can't be like super nice to somebody if they have irritated you. It's just that you don't emotionally let them in after that point. They have hit a line that is just like, you're done. That's it. I can smile at you, but I don't have to like you, which is, you know what? We all have to have good, strong boundaries, and that's an important one. We easily get invested in people that they don't have our best intentions in mind. And I have to say, I feel like this might have been you've done this with somebody that might have been a relation. And I say might have been a relation because it's almost like you cut them, you excise them right out of your life. This should bring you a wonderful sense of calm. It should not, because there's going to be people that look at you and go, you know what, how can you do that? How can you do that? And instead you go the other way and you're like, bitches, this is why. This is me. This is how I am. I don't need, and it hurt, but I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt your heart though, because they're also like, it's a difficult thing. It's hard to step away from some people. But it had to do with something you heard or some kind of argument or something along those lines. And let me talk about your soul really quickly. Your soul is really balanced, which is great. It's really balanced. It likes doing male lives and female lives. So you have this great balance of energy when it comes to that. And it makes you very capable. I feel like you've had disabilities in past lifetimes, fairly recent, that has given you strength of character, strength of thought. But some of the energy has kind of clung a little bit. And it's like you walk on both sides. So I don't know. So like I said, Cece is our morning chick, right? She is our morning chick at the shop, but we don't have a lot of personal conversations. I'm just like, I was in, I was out. But I don't know, have you had any NDAs or near-death experiences? Have you kind of had some extensive sickness or something that feels as if it's, and this is the thing that it feels like, it's been there forever. It's just a very lingering feeling. Because I have to say, I think that there is something that it's some change. I don't know if it's a dietary change, an exercise change, or some kind of change that's coming into your world that it's going to like dial in. It's almost like dialing in and being like, I feel so much better. That one little thing did so much. I do have chronic illnesses. Don't think I've ever had near death though. Good, right? I'm glad to hear that. And the reason I ask that is though, because I feel like you walk on both sides. I feel like you've had multiple lifetimes, many, many lifetimes where you've done probably shamanic work, where you are, in shamanic work, we walk on the one side, we walk on the side of the living, and we work on healing on that side, but we also work on the side of those that have passed away, and being in touch with that energy and knowing how to heal that energy and how to work with that energy, negotiate with that energy to have things let go and release. I think that you've done this in multiple lifetimes. I don't know if you meditate. I don't know if you do anything like that. But I would say it would be beneficial to you to actually go in, sit down, meditate, ask to speak to one of your health guides and start negotiating to cut cords. That sounds like a really good idea. And everybody can do this. Anybody on the face of the planet can do this for themselves. You don't have to go to somebody else to do it. It's just getting in touch with that connection that is so much closer to your soul, so you can start negotiating on that a little bit and be like, come on now, what do I need to do? But then here's the key: trusting what you think you experienced in your meditation. Because a lot of people go, well, that was just my imagination, and then they breeze over it. Once you start to trust that it was, oh my gosh, I got guide contact and this is what they asked me to do or suggested I do, and move forward that way, I really think that is something very relevant for you. I could see you walking the path of a shaman. Absolutely. So the cards I pulled were the Emperor and the Six of Wands. So the Emperor is the strong male, a strong male energy in life, and then this one is all about helping you achieve your goals in life. Somebody very supportive of you, saying, "Hey, let's do this. You've got this. You're all into this. That's great." But then I got this card here that says you haven't reached your full potential. And I know that if you guys look up the moon in tarot, it's not going to say that, right? But me reading this, I'm saying you haven't reached your full potential in this lifetime. The healer, oh gosh, the healer always heals himself first. And that is kind of the feeling I get that with that. Anyhow, moving on. Moving on. Can I have a whoop whoop in the room, please? Let's see who is here. I hope that's helpful. Look into shamanic journey, CC. Your brain moves too fast from regular meditation. Ever since Eclipse Week, I feel like I'm walking in two worlds. They feel alike, but also very different. So many people have said the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Agreed. I really wish I could see the pictures. I just don't, because sometimes they look really funny because all I see is this little dot and I'm like, is that person stripping? It just, I can't tell. So you can't get any, people like, oh, they just do cold read and they get it all off. No, can't see shit, especially through bifocals. Oh, God. I'm going to go with Sarah Higby. I think you have sunglasses on in that. Okay. Sarah, I'm going to bring somebody over stripping. I know. I'm going to bring someone over that my brother says they look at your information and Google you. Who has that damn time? And there's Sam, he made it to Chicago. If you have the time to sit here and Google somebody on a live, oh my God. No. Who has that time? Okay, I have to go back here to Sarah Higby. Are you still here, Sarah? I can understand. Courtney, I understand doubting. I do. Because I didn't believe in psychics till I was 38. Okay. I didn't believe in psychics. So I get the doubting. Absolutely. I'm like, crazy ass people. Ta-da! Okay, Sarah, I'm going to bring someone over. I have somebody that wants to whisper in my ear. It's a young man. It's a man. I want to call him a young man, but I don't want to call him like a teenager. He's just really hard to nail down. I feel like he's older than he's younger than he looks. But he wants to tell me a secret. He's like, there's a secret, or there is something that's not talked about. There's something that the family just doesn't talk about all that much. It's just not widespread information that he says the family knows. I'm not saying there's like some deep-seated secret, but it's like nobody talks about something about him. Does this make sense? He's skinny. I'm waiting to see if this makes sense to Sarah, you guys. Hi, everybody. A little. Okay. So I'm going to ask some harder questions. Is that okay? Do you have anybody in the family that is a man that has passed away from some sort of addiction? my hope your answer is no. But it's just the feeling I get. You do not. Okay. Okay, then that's fine. Hey Diana. Hi Zenny. Then Kathy Anderson, hi. Let me see if we can figure out what they're trying, because they bring us information and we try to figure out what it is. It's like putting puzzle pieces together. So now he's like right here, and it's a whisper. We're gonna talk about it real. We're not gonna talk about it a lot. This person's thinner. I don't know if they had an illness or because anyhow, we don't know what we're doing. I don't know if he had an illness or why he was thinner or what it was about him that he doesn't seem like such a strong energy. We're at the moment, Diana. I'm trying to figure out what this young man has to say. Did you have any? I'm so sorry, Sarah. These are questions because I'm like, I hear this is so silly. This is so silly. Like 21 and Me, or was there somebody popped up out of the woodwork that wasn't expected? Or I have no idea where this guy's going with this, but he's kind of like, there's a secret. It's not something that everybody in the family talks about, because I feel like some people are either sad or they don't know, or embarrassed by it, or something. Somebody's not told the whole story. Okay. I just, I don't know what's going on. I just kind of like am going, he's very quiet about it. He's like, not everybody knows. And he wears, gosh darn it, those jeans look like a 90s bad fashion choice that he has on. Like, he might have been younger in the 90s. Did you lose any friends when you were younger? Sounds like your grandfather. No, this is for Sarah. It's definitely for Sarah. I know that, but Jody, you can be right. Correct. It can be so many people in a room that it does get. Hi, Haley. It can get confusing. And I'm wondering if this wasn't a friend, Sarah, from when you were in high school or something along those lines earlier in life. This has a very youthful feeling to him. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot more time bringing all this information, only because I have a message, whether you understand who it is or not. Hey, Tammy Hill. I am going to give you the message. And sometimes later on, people go, oh my gosh, when they're not feeling like the pressure to remember things. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the message. So the main thing I'm supposed to talk to you about, though, is slowing your pace down. I'm just showing this snail. Hey, Katrina. I'm showing this snail pulling back a little bit, being like, okay, stop and think about some things. Stop some movement on some things. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. So I have a story I'm going to tell you. I don't do story time very much anymore. So I have a story, and I'm telling this for a reason. My first psychic reading that I ever received, not given, received. God, I don't even remember the first one I did. Yeah, I do. I had a story time. I was sitting there seriously like this. Only reason I was getting a reading was because they were using our house to do it because they were having a huge party to do it, and we had the big enough house to do it. And I'm sitting there in front of her. Horrible, horrible, horrible client. Oh, God. And she'd already given me some other information, and she was like pretty good at that. And I'm sitting here going, okay. What is it, Courtney? Maybe she looked me up on the internet. This is pre that. So no. But so she was sitting there and she goes, there's this guy, and he wants you, hey, Amanda Gibbs, he wants you to know that it's not you, Heather. He wants you to know that he was in love with you and that he was sorry he never said anything. And I'm like, what Sam Hill are you talking about? And she kept going, no, it's this guy. It's this guy. That's all he'll say is it's this guy. And I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about, but the only boyfriend I had in high school, I had two. One of them was Sam, and then there was this guy named Jeff, and he's passed away already. And I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about because Jeff wasn't passed at that time. And she insisted that I knew this guy, and I'm like, I did not know this guy. I swear I didn't know this guy. And she says, he was in love with you in high school. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So anyways, we get done with all that. Right. And we happened to be living at that time. Well, coincidence? I think not. In the Mason School District, and our kids were attending the same school I went to when I was a kid, which this only happened for like maybe 8 months of the whole kid's life, right? So I'm with my friend Shannon, and we're walking through Mason's halls because we were getting ready to do Science Olympiad with the kids. And we walk by the memorial case. And there in the memorial case was one of my very good friends, Guy Wiseman. And I didn't know that in high school, he had a crush on me until after he passed away, however many years later. And that's, I just feel like I have to tell that story. It's like, it could be somebody that Sarah's not thinking about in the moment until the 2x4 comes later and hits her in the head and says, hey, remember me? And let me tell you what, man, they had another party at our house, and she did another reading on me. It was probably another year later. And I was like stunned in front of that case. Stunned. I was like, oh my God. He was percussion and I was first chair flute. And I knew exactly in that moment, I knew that's who she was talking about. So when she was back out again, I could not wait to sit down because she came in and she sat down, and I'm like, okay, I have a name. And she's like, what's the name? And I said, do you know the name of the guy that was trying to get a hold of me in the last reading? And she goes, all I know is that he says he's a guy and that he had a crush on you, and it was like a missed opportunity. It really wasn't, because I'm destined to be with Sam, but whatever. And I went, his name's Guy. And you could have knocked her off of her chair, right? As intuitives, we should always be wowed by spirit. We should always be wowed by spirit. And she was about knocked off her chair. She's like, wow. And I'm like, right? So we should be wowed. How many times have you guys been wowed by spirit? It's just, hey, Haley. It was really cool experience. We should have cool experiences like that all the time. But it's time to slow down, Sarah. That's what I've got to say. I know that I brought in story time, but it's time to slow down a little bit and look at things that are going around you. What are you missing? What are you missing? And if you figure out who it is, great. If you don't, that's fine too. We don't have to know everybody on the other side. We don't. Yeah, we should be wowed by spirit. Holy crap. We're talking to the other side. Yeah, sometimes things come back and hit you right in the forehead. It's the best feeling as a reader to get that validation. It absolutely is. It does not make us who we are. It does not make us a much more effective reader. Validation is great. But we're just still doing the job, right? We're still doing the channel. That's all we are, is a channel. We don't have this. This is not our information. Spirit wows you daily. I don't always understand in the moment, but it comes. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it doesn't matter if we know who they are, if we don't know who they are. We take the message and we go, okay, what do I need to pay attention to? What am I missing? All those things. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop 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 whoop. Whoop 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 whoop. Whoop whoop whoop. I'm almost done with my next table. Tell Autumn I said hi. Almost done with my next table. We had so much fun at the chocolate walk, you guys. All right. Stop. Oh, here is the new table. Oh, crap. Wait. Kind of excited about it. Kinda. Okay. I know, it's pretty. I will admit, it's pretty. And when the letters are done and it's all done, I'm going to be so excited to see it finished. Okay. Absolutely, Jody. She's like, I'm going to read it. It says exactly, the information given isn't for the reader. Most of the time, one won't even remember that information days after unless they write it down or have the video for the reading. Because it's not for us. You're doing, oh, thank you. Hugs back to you. And this is also, I mean, it's why I like to give recordings of readings if we're doing lives, right? Because it's very hard for us to process all this stuff and to write it all down and all that stuff if we're the sitter. But as the reader, you cannot come back to us like 5 hours later and say, do you remember when? And I'm like, who are you? Yes, we're gonna have to get together, Heather. I have 4 or 5 more tables that I have to get done. Actually, I have close to 15 tables I have to get done this month. But I'm a slow painter because I'm a squirrel. But it's okay. All right, let's see. Kelly Dick's chocolate walk. My kind of walk. Yeah, we had chocolate truffles with caramel in them. Kelly Dick's, let's see. No. Over here. Somewhere. No, that's not the right box. Please now. Settle down. I've got cards jumping all over the place. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, so we were also a wine stop, so we had wine and chocolate. I gotta call them and ask them what to do with the extra wine. Okay. Kelly Dick's. How'd you do with that? How'd you do with that last solar eclipse there, Kelly? That last solar eclipse, did it knock you around a little bit? I'm just wondering. Oh, it knocked me around. You guys know that story, right? I've told that story. I don't have to tell that story again, right? Like, where I had my opt-out moment, where my guides come up and actually physically said, "You've set now as an opt-out moment. Would you like to take that?" No, I'm holding the grandbaby. What the hell? No. My God. Hell. I'm so glad. I tell you what though, it has rattled me a little, Heather. More than a little. It's rattled me a lot. It has rattled me a lot. And I'm trying to keep I'm just staying the course. Staying the course. But it rattled me an awful lot. Anyways, it's okay. So Kelly, I'm wondering where your alignment rests right now. How are you? Do you feel like you belong here all the time? Yeah, I had an opt-out moment, Laura. Like my guides actually asked me out loud if I wanted to opt out 1 minute before the solar eclipse. I can tell that story in just a minute if you want to hear about it. But Kelly, I'm just wondering, just because they're talking about, you might feel a little bit of out of, felt the expansion of that felt like a big expansion. That makes sense. Okay. So I just feel like it is something that is created a difference. It has created a shift. And I would not be surprised if you do not have new skills popping out, or if you have new things developing, because they're talking about crystal keys. They're talking about new awareness and new intuition. Being your level of awareness is just like going to skyrocket because you're becoming closer to soul self. You're coming closer to soul self. And it's not a coincidence that these are the cards I'm using. These are the Beyond Lemuria cards. These are the cards from, that not from Lemuria, but they are the cards reading those that when I pull these out, I feel these are people that are hitting that gear shifter in life at the moment. They are the ones that are really going forward. Their energy is skyrocketing. And they show me the Schumann resonances. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that it is the bounce back from the solar flares, and that you should be watching those with your energy. I feel like you have a lot of flow with that. And if you're not working with Archangel Metatron, buckle up, buttercup. Sacred geometry coming your way. We call that 2x4 therapy. Okay, so 1 minute before the solar eclipse. 1 minute, and I swear to you, it was 3:10. We were supposed to have it rolled through at 3:11 to 12 and a half. So I'm sitting there. Adeline is on the table in front of me. Henry is off in the reading room to the right, and I'm looking out the door, and the whole family's out there watching the solar eclipse. And it's not there yet. We're not totality. We were taking turns, and I'm like, you know what, you guys go have fun. I will stay here with the kids. And do we have any tests to see if we have any new abilities after the eclipse? Meditate and see what you pick up different within your meditation. So I was sitting there, and I really need to write this down because it's becoming a fainter memory, which we discussed earlier, right? Oh, good, Kelly. I'm glad that makes sense. And it was almost as if someone had taken the air around me and turned it into, I don't know how to put it, other than a veil dropped around, and it felt like the air was super still and sparkly. I don't know how else to put it. It was so cool. I was not panicked at all. I was very, very, very relaxed. Hi, Denise. I was very relaxed, and I'm sitting there, but I was aware of the change of the energy in the room. And I was like, huh, what's this? Totally new, right? What's this? Grandbaby right here. And as I'm talking about this, my hands are right now just lighting up, you guys. And when it started, they remind me of this. I swear they do. They remind me of this. I caught my breath when it started. And I was holding my breath through the whole thing. I didn't realize it. So I'm sitting there and I actually hear out loud, outside of my intuition, it was such a calm, peaceful, melodious, silver sounding voice that said, this is the time, one of your times that you've set up as I can't remember what, an exit point or whatever the phrase was. And I can't remember it. I don't know why this particular phrase keeps slipping my mind. But this was the moment that I could choose to either continue my human life or step back into the soul and continue up. Is the only way I can put it. That's the feeling I get. I could either continue on my human existence or I could do this. And I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I'm like, huh, wow. This is what I was thinking. I planned this 1 minute before the total solar eclipse. What is significant about that? Why? Wow. And then, because I'm totally calm. And I'm sitting there going, but I have the baby right here. And if something happened to me, the baby would fall. And then Henry's right there. How fair is that? On is who talk to a lot. Oh, Metatronics who you talk. Cool. And then I was thinking, I looked out the front of the shop and there's Sam standing out there. The kids were out there. And I was like, well, I can't do that. If I was to do that, Sam would come in here. He would find me on the ground. The baby would have fallen. And then he wouldn't, all of this. No, this isn't the right time. This isn't the time. And I just went, no, not right now. I'm really enjoying my human existence right now. Thank you. And then it was, okay. And the veil slowly lifted up. And then when it all the way was gone, I was like, what the hell was that? It freaked me out because I was like, what the heck just happened? Because it was so loud. It was so real. It was so everything. Like they could have been walked in the room and talking to me and it would have been no different. And I didn't tell Sam about it until after everybody left for the day. And we were sitting behind the cash register and I was like, let me tell you about this. And he goes, you are not taking a nap. You're not going to sleep. You're not getting out of my sight. And I'm like, but the moment's passed. The moment's passed. If it was going to happen, it would have happened right then, right there. Because I caught my breath and afterwards, and I was like, and I probably was close to a minute with not breathing. Because then when somebody walked in, I was like, oh crap. It was really amazing. It really, really was amazing. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah, exit point on the blueprint. How cool is that? It was just cool. Can I ask a question? If you don't want to answer, I completely understand, no problem. I don't normally work with tarot cards. Do you find it easier to make the connection with the cards, or is it easier to just connect to one's energy? Either way, either energy from spirit or one who is still here with us. I use the cards sometimes because it's easier for the connection for people sometimes, especially when we're not sitting in front of each other like that. It gives them, they might get something from the card that maybe I don't pick up, which is fine. And I have no problem answering anything, Jody. I'll throw myself under the bus in a hot second. And can I read without the cards? Absolutely 100%. 100%. But sometimes I feel if I'm sitting here and they go, you know what, maybe they need the tarot. So I know that sometimes the tarot will just cut somebody off at the knees, and it's easier for them to understand that the cards don't lie. The cards will always come across with the information, and they will tell that person exactly what they need to hear. And sometimes as humans, we want to make sure that we give the messages that we get, but we also want to be kind. The tarot don't care. Tarot don't care. It'll just tell you. So, but absolutely. No, you can ask any question you want. But yeah, why that moment, Zenny? I have no idea. But it really was nothing short of spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular. And I do need to journal it down before I totally forget about it. Because, as time goes, you kind of forget that. It was such a sparkly feeling. Yeah, and it just was amazing. Yeah, talk about spirit wowing you. Yeah, absolutely. I know doing shamanic work, we can go sit right outside Life Between Lives, right? And matter of fact, we have a meditation in the membership. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe park bench meditation, where I lead you to, I take you to a park right outside the Life Between Lives, and you get to sit out there and ask loved ones to come sit with you, right? It was kind of like that feeling, like a presence. It's there. It just was so full of love and amazing. It was just amazing. It was amazing. But who expects to be asked, right? I didn't expect to be asked ever. Like, it never crossed my mind. Why would I set it up and have my guides come and say, hey, you know what? Make sure you check in with me. You have done it many times, Heather. It's a really cool meditation journey. It is. I agree. All right, my dog has needs. Be kind of hard to say no. You know what, Laura? Stop. The feeling was amazing. The energy was amazing. The sound of the person's voice was more alluring than anything else. It was so peaceful. It was so calm. It was so tranquil. It could draw you right in. But honestly, it was seeing Sam standing out front. It was seeing Sam standing out front, and I know that we're like this, and if something happens to either one of us, the other one isn't going to do so well. So, yeah, they're not the divine time for me. And I think that it also was kind of, so one of my shadow things that I need to work, you know what? This is shadow. This is soul work. Sam and I are very, very connected. Which is why I wasn't on 2 weeks, right? Because my husband is hurting. If he is having a hard time, my job is to be there to not fall apart. And one of my things that I'm working on in this lifetime is the fear of him going before me. It's something that I've been aware of and I know about. And in that moment, this may sound weird. I don't know. But in that moment, that wasn't even a concern of mine. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, I must cling because of Sam. No, it was not that. It was, we're not done doing what we need to do. And one will not do it without the other. So we're just not done. And I don't know if this plays into the of us in us starting to broaden what we do, or I have no idea. But I just knew that one of us wasn't going to do what we needed to do without the other. And it just wasn't the time. So where I live, it was 2 minutes and 41 seconds of totality. I think we're right at 2 minutes. Right at 2 minutes, Kelly. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just amazing is what it was. Anyhow. Your son has special needs, and that is a fear. He has an only child. Yeah, I can understand that. No, it's all good. Thank you, Laura. All right. So with that, you guys, I'm gonna go see what Captain Poopy Pants over here needs. Because he thinks that the world revolves around him. He probably needs a COOKIE or something. So I'm sure it's let him in, let him out, let it all. Anyways, everybody, have a great evening. Thanks for showing up, for not just for me, but for yourself. And find light, find love, find joy, feel fine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he'd say, may the light be with you always. All right, guys. Night.